Bob the Builder, can we fix it? Bob the Builder, yes we can. Scoop, Muck and Dizzy and Rooney too. Lofty and Wendy join the crew. Bob and the gang have so much fun. Working together they get the job done. Bob the Builder, can we fix it? Bob the Builder, yes we can. Pilchard and Bird, Travis and Spud, praying together like good friends should. Bob the Builder, can we fix it? Bob the Builder, yes we can. Yeah! It was a fine autumn day in Spring City. In the yard, Bob the Builder, Wendy with Pilchard were gathering the machines for an announcement of an extremely new project. Today, team, were to visit the world's famous country our water machine came from for a new project. We're cruising to Australia, said Bob. That sounds like another overseas adventure, Bob, said Scoop. It's not the mainland, is it? Oh, it's Tasmania. We'll be living in Mitre 10 where Eddie lives, said Wendy. I'll bet we can explore when we get there, said Dizzy. I even heard there's a tip just next to our living place. The other machines looked at Dizzy. Hey, I haven't found the name of it yet, said Dizzy. There'll be all other friends like Scrambler, Benny, Scratch, Travis, and a few more we asked. They will come. They just heard us from the other sheds. Bob is right. The others gathered up, along with Trix and Samsu. What we're to do is to a woodland course. It's not looped to us, so we'll find someone who cruised there, said Bob. We'll start with taking the boat. But they would not be the ones visiting Tasmania. A scarecrow popped up. Can I come too? I know the country woodlands like the back of my hand, said Spud. Well, that's settled. We can get cruising, said Wendy. But just before they left, they heard a whooping. Bob answered it. A whoop, Bob the Matilda? Oh, the book's booked? Oh, oh, it looks like we can't cool. I'll make another arrangement. He spoke the news when he hung up the phone. Sorting machines will have to cool all separate ways. Me, Wendy, and Spud will take the plane, or we will find another poop to get to Tasmania, said Bob. I've packed all bags, so we'll head off, taking the bus. And they set off after taking the bags. The machines were very disappointed at this news. They didn't want to find another ship, but there was no other way. You track guys, I thought we were travelling together, not separate. That's not fair, said Lofty. Not to mention, I was hoping thou would be mad, said Mac. Let's have a think, boys and girls, said Dizzy. I think there's another way to get to Tasmania. We'll ask Travis if he's the expert of country farms far from her. As a matter Oi. As a matter of fact, I knew one tractor that told me a secret, said Travis. Tom the tractor explained to me he went to Beckton Market with a shed and the door hidden behind some crates. Who person who all believes it, except we two. What's that got to do with getting to Tasmania? Asked Scoop. There's Wedge Avenue in a place called White Beach, said Travis. Kate, and that's what we'll do. We'll go to Beckton. But we do the way, said Scoop. I do, said Scratch. I've been there the first time, so we'll lead. The machine started a line. Scratch was at the front, Dizzy in the middle, and Travis was nervous to Scoop. One by one, he left Spring City to head to Spring Hill. In the pool session, the machines, while looking ahead, were looking up at the sky. The moon was out, and so were the stars. It's a perfect cover to not let anyone see us, said Woop. Yes, it is, but there's one thing we need to be aware of. Beckton Market "We have the lights on," said Scoop. "When we get there, we'll sneak to the barn." "With all headlights off," said Mug. "No banging either," said Dizzy. "Let's keep driving." When we left the city, we were still driving in the country. All of a sudden, we spotted a bright figure standing in the field. "Who's that figure, guys? Hey, it's not a crook," said Lofty. "I'll have a look. I'm brave enough," said Scratch. So he got off the roof, creeping up to the figure very quietly, so as not to spook it, and tapped it on the back. The figure didn't move. Scratch tried again. It still didn't move. Then, when he tapped the figure the third time, it finally moved. "Me! Oh!" It was the Root Runner, who was sleeping in the field. "What in tarnation were you doing, tapping me 3 times when I was asleep?" he asked. "Caution check. I wanted to be sure we wouldn't run into a criminal," said Scratch. "I didn't mean to wake you." "It's all right. At least you're not wily," said the Root Runner. "What have you found, Scratch?" asked Dizzy, who kept driving up. "The Root Runner. I mistook him for a criminal, but by the way he sleeps, he's not wearing a high-vis vest," said Scratch. "My feathers weren't enough for you to see, but your headlights did," said the Root Runner. "Anyway, I might coop on. I was heading to White Park," and off he shot. Scratch and Dizzy went back to the others on the roof. After explaining who they met, they continued on. At the airport, Bob, Wendy, and Spud were boarding the plane. Poacher had never been on a plane before. "I hope the machines will come to Tasmania soon," said Spud. "Mark and I were looking forward to playing together in the mud." "We hope so too," said Bob. The machines arrived at Spring Hill Farm, not too busy as its machines and farmer was still asleep. "I wonder if Tom's at work, said Travis.
No sign of him. He's asleep, said Trix. There's not much traffic in this route, said Samsu. Not far to go.
Oh, said Dizzy.
Just this hill, and we'll make it to Beckton.
After a climb, the machines came to Beckton Market. It turned off the headlights and went sneaking to the barn. The door was shut as we gathered in front of it.
Oh, crumbs!
It's locked. We'll never get in it at this speed, said Whoop. We're not giving up, gang. There's another way to get in, said Scoop. See that window at the top of the door? It might be the open the door.
Someone has to get through it and unlock the door from the inside, but we're too big,
said Lofty.
Someone small enough to do it, said Scrambler.
Dizzy, the Oryx exclaimed, looking at the cement mixer.
What's me?
Asked Dizzy.
You're small enough to creep through the window to unlock the door.
Lofty will take you in, said Scoop. Hocker, Lofty. Lofty grabbed Dizzy by the turning wheel. Lofty grabbed Dizzy by the turning wheel.
Time to get lifted, Dizzy. I'm putting you through the top window,
said he.
You shoot me. You don't want to make a noise, said Dizzy.
Once she was put in the shed, she found a lock to open the door. The easy thing when being inside to do was to unlock it. It was unlocked. Then she opened the door to let her friends get in. She locked it against the harbour wouldn't see the yard. Well done, everyone. Now we can find the door to Wedge Avenue, said Dizzy. It wasn't long till they saw what they were looking for. From Poopwood they stared at it with lifted skirts. They were to get to their destination the quick way. Scratch pooped the stab by moving forward and putting his bucket on the door to open it. I see Wedge Avenue. Let's go through the door one at a time, said Scratch. Oh, meet Bobsoo. Let's go, said Dizzy. One at a time. We can't all fit through the door. In a second, they were driving along as the country roads, driving to Mitre 10. We have to read the signs to tell us where we're going as we drive her, and it's got a different time, said Travis. Oh yes, Travis, we don't want to get lost, said Mug. There's not much puddles, sir. The machines, as they were from the United Kingdom, had to learn things in Tasmania, and the signs were the first different things to follow, and they knew to drive on the left. We went across a bridge and onward to a junction called a T. two arrived at the place and found two signs heading left and right. Left, that sign says Nubina, so we haven't seen that town, said Lofty. I'm excited to see it when we pass through, said Dizzy, speeding off. All of a sudden, a butcher truck came round the corner, heading straight for Dizzy. Woohoo! Cried Dizzy in shock. Went the truck, frightened, and zigzagged about the route till he stopped. What on earth were you doing, spinning on the road? He said. I almost hit you. Sorry, I didn't see you, said Dizzy. I'm Dizzy, and this is Bob's lot of the machines. We're travelling to Mitre 10. I'm heading there. You might follow the drive till you get to Kingston, but don't muck on the drive too much. Bus had a crash in Sorrel. And off he drove. The machines continued on. He came to the mid-drive and went carefully. For the rest of the journey, Dizzy hoped to not get hit. He came to the mid-drive and went carefully. For the rest of the journey, Dizzy hoped to not get hit. Kilometres later, he arrived at a seaside park called Dunalley. Parking her, we thought, might be a good idea because we were feeling kind of tired and we needed to stop for petrol anyway. Rest for now, guys. It's been too long. The drives, and we'll have to rest before continuing on, said Dizzy. I'm needing to stop shaking. So we went to sleep, but we could tell Dizzy was shaking because she had suddenly got a sank-heart feeling. Do you mind if I sleep with you, Dizzy? Asked Scratch. I've got a blanket that helps me get better. Hoop Scratch, I'd be glad to get warm, said Dizzy. You forgot to look where you were driving. I fell in a dogger poop for the trampoline when I wanted to solve my problem on my hoop. I didn't get the blame from Bob. That's what I'm worried about. He might, ground me. I'm sure he'll understand. The machines finally got some sleep. The next morning when the machines woke up, it was raining. "Well, that's Tasmania for you," said Mug. "1 minute it's dry, the next it's wet." He went back on the route to continue the journey. And we got to Sorrel. Right team, when nearly there to Kingston, Bob Wendy, Pilchard and Spud will be at the airport, so we'll meet them there, said Scoop. You and Scratch might find a place to explore, did you? Oh yes, Scoop. You can't leave them stranded, said Dizzy. The machines arrived at the airport in Cambridge just in time to see the plane land. There they are, getting off that blue plane. He's like my colour, said Scratch. And us, said Lofty, and scrambled together. Bob, Wendy, Pilchard and Spud were walking out of the airport station, not expecting their machines to arrive until they in surprise saw them. "Oh, you machines, what on earth are you doing here?" said Bob. "We took a door to Wedge Avenue, Bob," said Dizzy. "It's kind of a secret, and we also wanted to avoid a boat ride, which we have. We told you anything about a door that can get you here," said Wendy. "How can you explain it?" "Like Dizzy said, we can't tell you. Anyone will ask endless questions on how one and lots come here about a plane or boat," said Hoop. Let's rock and roll to Kingston. Well, rest before we do our first overseas build, said Bob. Come on now. We all left the airport. At last, after many kilometers, we arrived in Kingston, and there was Mitre 10 waiting for them to enter. Here we are, everyone, all new who for the next month, said Bob. We have all who sheds on the left. See, we have, and in the 3 doors, a large roof for all of you, said Wendy. Plus a workshop. Dizzy can rest in it. I've got a map to show us what we're planning, said Spud. Dizzy, take it in there. Ta. The machine settled in the first new hoop after Dizzy went through the 3 doors first. She spread the map on the wall. This is where I like to look in, giggled Dizzy. I'll bet it's my kid liking of driving through every bush of it. When she finished eating, she rested. She couldn't wait to explore what was next to Mitre 10. Bob the Builder, can we fix it? Bob the Builder, yes we can. Scoop, Muck and Dizzy and Rooney too. Lofty and Wendy, join the crew. Bob and the gang have so much fun. Working together, they get the job done. Bob the Builder, can we fix it? Bob the Builder, yes we can. Pilchard and Bird, Travis and Spud, praying together like good friends should. Bob the Builder, can we fix it? Bob the Builder, yes we can.